Hi and welcome back. This week we're going all sweets. We have a festival that we're going to be attending tomorrow. It's being hosted by my work and I'm bringing Rice Krispy Treats bougie style. Now, I don't have to. I was told all I have to do is bring my chair and sit my happy butt down. That's not me. I'm bringing something to the party. On the lighter note, I have heard that we are going to be getting a second moon for 2 months this year. It is an asteroid that is passing by Earth and will be in the moon's orbit for about 2 months and then continue. This asteroid is about the size of my house. It's about going to be 33 feet long. So about a good sized RV. Now, it would be interesting to see what it actually does with this weather. If it creates a little bit more tidal waves or if it helps the environment a little bit. We don't know what's going to be going on with it. So this is going to be an interesting scientific time to take a look and see what it's going to do. Even if it's that small, it is possible that it can be doing something. So let's go ahead and find out. So for the Krispy Treats, I tried to find some puffed rice because I am not a big fan of Rice Crisps or Rice Krispies, their brand name, because they have a lot of other stuff in it that can hurt and harm potentially. I do believe this is the generic version that does not have the malted barley in it. Some versions do. So you want to keep an eye on that if you need to be gluten-free or wheat-free. Because malt is made from barley. Barley is not a gluten-free ingredient. I tried for days looking around in my area to try to find the old bags of puffed rice, you know, the cardboard that we used to have as children. They don't make it anymore. I don't know what happened. I tried all the local grocery stores, including the Mexican grocery stores. Nothing. So I tried to make it and almost burned my house down. So that is out of the question. So we are using Rice Crisps. I did find Golden Puffs, but that already has all the extra sugar and malt and everything else on it. So that was not going to be a good substitution. But let's go ahead and get this done. Now I am going to be doing the entire box because there's going to be easily 200 people there and I'm not going to be able to make enough, but I'm going to be able to make it enough for sharing. So let's get started. I got my big bucket. We're going to go ahead and empty out an entire 12-ounce box of Rice Krispy Treats. Set this aside. In a separate bowl, you're going to melt 1 entire stick of butter. You can put it in the microwave. Won't take that long. In the meantime, you want to butter your pan. You can also use parchment paper if you wish, I just find this is a little bit easier and cheaper because you already have the butter. And don't forget the sides and the corners. The Rice Krispy Treat mixture we're going to put in here is going to be pretty sticky, and you want to do this with clean hands. You want to get all the corners. Now here's where the Gourmet comes in. We're going to add 1 pound of almond butter. You can use peanut butter, sun butter, any type of butter that you wish or can tolerate. I know my ex son-in-law can't have almonds, but I do believe he can do peanut butter. And then my grandson can't do peanut butter, but they can do almond butter. So they just compromise and do the sun butter. You want to mix that in. Now if it starts getting hard, you want to microwave it for 30 seconds. Now to this, you're going to add some sugar. We're going to go ahead and add a 1/2 cup of sugar because there's going to be more sugar added to this. And you want to add the sugar now, and any spices that you want. I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon to this. Just a sprinkle, nothing too overpowering. Now I'm going to add 2 jars of the marshmallow cream. These are 7 ounces each. This is reminding me of my high school days where we would sit here in my mom's kitchen and make stuff like this. We would experiment with different things too. You know, my sister had what's called a death by chocolate brownie cake type thing. Trust me, it had. And if there was chocolate in it, it went into the brownie. It was amazing. In fact, hey sis, next time I see you, you want to do one? Post it on my webpage. We can do the death by chocolate. Show how we gained all this weight. Completely up to you. But I'm sure Mom would love to see you. Now, like I said, if you're having problems getting everything integrated, go ahead and put this in the microwave for about 30 seconds a pop, to where it does get all nice and combined. It's not too bad. At this point, you want to do a taste test. Make sure it's sweet enough, but not so sweet. Okay. You still want to be able to taste other things like the cinnamon and anything other type of spice that you want. You can even do pumpkin spice with this, and you don't have to use Rice Krispy Treats. You can use Chex, you can use Cheerios, Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Puffs. They all would work. Now this is where you're going to get your hands dirty, because this is the fun part. You can make sure you have clean hands clean gloves. You don't have to have gloves, but everything's going to get sticky. Trust me, it's going to get a little bit easier. It will be a little bit easier if you do use gloves. I got these off of Amazon. So I do believe we were working on a project that for a 3D printer that needed to be washed in acetone. And we needed the gloves for those. Take your Rice Krispies. Dump in your fluff. And mixy. After that, go ahead and put into the buttered dish. Looks like I need a little bit more mixy. And I'm going to need 2 dishes. One moment, please. Okay, you want to kind of smush down. Smush it. Smush it good. Smush it real good. Yes, I'm in a nostalgic mood today. But wait, there's more. Now for the topping, we're going to go ahead and make my 3-ingredient fudge, but we're going to add some coconut. We're going to be making a large batch because we have 2 here that we need to cover. I was going to do 1 layer chocolate, 1 layer butterscotch, but I think I'm just going to combine all this together instead of having to swirl it around and everything else like that, because we just need a lot. So these are semi-sweet chocolate chips. They are 12 ounces each bag, including the butterscotch. The butterscotch is also a 12-ounce bag, but they didn't have this in generic form, so I paid full price. To this, we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of butter and 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk. These are These are 14-ounce cans each. They do sell these in smaller cans and bigger cans. So that is what we're going off of here. We are also going to add 1 cup of unsweetened coconut flakes. But we're going to do that after we melt everything together. You can melt this in a double boiler, but we're going to put this in the microwave about a minute a pop until it gets nice and melty. You can overcook this in a microwave and get it burnt, so be careful with that. Now that we have this all nice and fudgy and a sticky mess, add our coconut flake and fold that in. Now we're going to go ahead and melt this a little bit more because it's starting to stuff up. So we can go ahead and pour it on top of the pans as a topping. 1 more minute. Okay, you're going to put this on like frosting. We used to do this all the time. There was this one year, everybody came over to the house and we would cook. And my mother had a Costco card, because Costco was new at the time. That was a nice place to buy in bulk and save money for no less than about 7 or 8 teenagers with bottomless hollow legs. But it was fun. And then we graduated and everything changed. Some of us went to college. Some of us had families. Some of us did both. But wait, there's more. We're going to put marshmallows on top. Smush them down into the fudge before it hardens. And a little bit of sprinkles. Now you're going to go ahead and put these in the fridge overnight and then cut them up in the morning because the fudge does need to solidify before you cut into it, or else it's not going to, you're going to have like soft mush. And that is how we got our calories in high school. We didn't eat healthy. I don't know what high schooler that did at all. We grew up on Hot Pockets, Coke or Pepsi, depending on where you came from, and French fries. I think that was most of our diet. There was occasional pizza. And if you ever went to a place called Round Table out in the West Coast, you also had a salad bar. So that is it for this week. And next week we have our prep for the family reunion, and we'll go ahead and film that. Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.